Gormagad Lascan Corla, the Shanakal, Marnadini, or Scala Kela, in my view, exemplifies the approach of most Irish people to the safety net that is the social welfare system. Social welfare is viewed positively as a way of supporting those citizens who require help. It is a belief that sets us apart from many other nations. For example, a representative of the American non-profit sector speaking recently in Institute House at a briefing on non-profit sector unintentionally highlighted a different approach to social welfare between our two countries. The distrust and unease with which many Americans hold towards government was abundantly clear, and it was in stark contrast to the opinion of most Irish people that the state, via the government, play a paternalistic role and provide for citizens in times of difficulty. And that strong belief manifests itself in the fact that in 2013 we will spend nearly 20.3 billion, or 37% of state expenditure, on social welfare. It's a colossal sum of money, accounting for nearly 2 out of every €5 of government spend. At a time of such financial pressure in our country, when we are required to borrow over €1 billion per month to cover day-to-day spending, we must, out of necessity, review and examine social welfare. And I want to take this opportunity to commend Minister Burton and her department on the work achieved of protecting primary weekly social welfare rates and of introducing many other reforms. And examples include the increased and regular engagement with job seekers to assist in securing employment or further education. 37,800 job seekers received referrals in the first 4 months of 2013. The success of the ICT skills conversion course, which have helped over 700 job seekers acquire new skills to avail of employment opportunities in the ICT sector, and the success of Job Bridges, which is one of Europe's most successful internship programmes and has one of the highest placement to job ratios. The bill before us today contains further significant reforms which will help core social welfare weekly supports, while also helping to ensure that assistance and support requires those citizens genuinely in need. New provisions include the rollout of the new public service card, for which I note and welcome the establishment of a new centre just off Eyre Square in Galway, which will enable the smooth and speedy delivery of new public service cards. These cards will help guard against fraud and also ensure that the right supports reach the right people at the right time. The introduction of the job seekers transition arrangement is also most welcome and will assist parents of one-parent families in re-entering employment. The bill also contains provisions relating to the Civil Registration Act of 2004. I have raised this particular act on a number of occasions now, and I would like to appeal to the Minister to introduce the very necessary changes to facilitate families of Irish citizens who die abroad in obtaining an Irish death certificate, or an equally valid certificate from the state. It's well over 2 years since I first raised this, and I know many other deputies have this year and other years have raised this, and I appreciate the changes to the General Register must be carefully drawn up and well thought out, although I'm at a loss as to see why there is such an inordinate delay. And I did publish a private member's bill on that, and I've, out of courtesy to the Minister and the Department, not entered that into the lottery system for hearing, but I just would like to see that progressed. I have people in my constituency who are affected, and you know, the words of one woman or one daughter on behalf of her parents is that they would like to get a death certificate for their brother who died tragically before the parents die. So I'd like to see that progressed. I've also raised measures to strengthen genealogical services and tours, and I'm encouraged by the provisions in this bill which act as a stepping stone to achieving this overall aim. I would also like to place on record my previous a suggestion that the Central Bank in Dame Street be acquired for use as a centre of genealogy and social history research. And such a use would, in my view, sit very well with the status of that building.
No, Mr. Vaughan.
Whilst we must defend and uphold the principles underpinning the social welfare system, we must also defend the value and importance of work. Employment must always pay. The reward for working must always outweigh the benefit of remaining on social welfare. Supporting the social welfare system and believing that a person must always be rewarded for working are not irreconcilable opposites. Recent figures from the Department show that over 43,000 people, or 1 in 7 recipients of job seekers' payments, have never contributed to PRSI is unacceptable. And such statistics are deeply worrying to every taxpayer. And obviously today I would like to welcome the largest drop in unemployment since the start of the economic collapse, and that's very encouraging. And I'm also encouraged by many other aspects of this bill: the extension of the public services card, the new job seekers transition arrangement, the special qualifying provisions for retained firefighters, and the establishment of pensions council, amongst others. And must continue to work hard to ensure that the social welfare system and its supports as well as the efforts of reform, are focused on assisting genuine, honest citizens. Such a focus is central to the kind of country we want, and recognise the substantial positive effects that social welfare budgets has on all aspects of Irish life.